You thought it was just emotional abuse. You blamed yourself for not seeing the red flags. You kept asking, what's wrong with me that I attracted someone like that? But what if I told you that narcissistic abuse isn't just about broken people? It's about spiritual warfare. Today, we begin a new series where we expose the truth behind narcissism, the demonic assignment attached to it, and how to break free through the power of God. This is not just mental, it's spiritual, and it's time to unmask the enemy. Hey, Purpose Warriors, I'm Coach Lynn, a Christian life purpose coach, author, and woman who's walked through the fire and came out delivered. This series is for every woman who has been emotionally drained, spiritually confused, and mentally tormented by a narcissist, whether it was a partner, a parent, a friend, or even a spiritual leader. Each week, we're going to expose the hidden warfare behind narcissism and give you tools to heal, fight back, and rise in purpose. Let's start with what most people get wrong. Narcissism is not just psychological, it's deeply spiritual. The enemy hides behind charm. Narcissists don't show up with red flags waving. They show up as an answer to a prayer. They mirror your heart. They speak your language. They make you feel chosen until they start chipping away at your soul. That's not a bad personality. That's deception. 2 Corinthians 11 verse 14 says this, "For Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light." That's how the spirit operating through a narcissist works. It disguises itself, hiding behind charisma, flattery, or even scripture. And just like Satan did with Eve in the garden, it twists truth to plant confusion and doubt. This is why the trauma is so deep. Because you weren't just dealing with a broken person, you were wrestling with a spirit of destruction. How does narcissism become a demonic assignment? You see, you didn't just get into a toxic relationship, you were targeted. John 10 verse 10 tells us, "The thief comes to steal, kill, and destroy." And narcissistic abuse does exactly that. It steals your joy. It kills your confidence. It destroys your sense of self. Why? Because if the enemy can dismantle your identity, he can delay your destiny. This is why so many women called to ministry, leadership, and purpose attract narcissists. Not because you're weak, but because your light makes you a target. Narcissists are drawn to power, purity, and potential. It's not just personal. It's strategic. This is war, and it's time you stop fighting it with emotion and start fighting it in the spirit. Here are 3 ways you know it wasn't just them, but it was spiritual warfare. Let's get practical with this. Here's how you know you are dealing with more than just a person. Firstly, there's mental fog and identity confusion that you couldn't think clearly. You second guessed everything. That's not just trauma. That's an attack on your mind. And then secondly, isolation from God and others. Narcissists often isolate you from healthy relationships and make you feel distant from God. This is a tactic to weaken your spiritual discernment. And then thirdly, the shame, guilt, and condemnation you started to feel like you were the problem, even though you were the one being abused. This is the enemy's oldest tool, manipulation through false guilt. The first step to heal it is to call it what it is. You cannot heal what you won't confront. Stop spiritualizing what God is trying to expose. This wasn't just a bad season. It was an assignment from hell. But God is revealing it so you can walk in authority, in healing, and in freedom. The first step is calling it what it is, a demonic strategy to rob you of your identity. So what's the next step? Learn how to fight And in this series, I'm going to teach you exactly how to do that. This is just the beginning, but I want you to declare this with me right now. I am not crazy. I am not weak. I was under attack, but I'm waking up. And now that you see it, you can be free from it. God is not only revealing the plan of the enemy, He's reversing it. Next week, we're going deeper in part 2. We're exposing the spirit of Jezebel and why it's the root of narcissistic manipulation. If this word spoke to your spirit, hit subscribe, share, and drop a comment below. The truth is setting me free. And if you're ready to heal and rebuild your life with spiritual clarity and purpose, book a free discovery call with me today. The link is in the description. And this is Coach Lynn, and I'll see you in part 2.